सर मार्क कर लीजिए ना कहाँ तक आया।
So in case of last time we just started the pro-rata allotment. I see what is pro-rata allotment when the number of applications received is more than the number of shares allotted. At the time the company has to issue the shares proportionately. When the number of applications received is more than the number of shares allotted, at that time the company has to issue the shares proportionately, or that is known as pro-rata allotment. Right. Now let us start with. Now suppose the number of shares issued is 10,000. 10,000 shares issued. And we have received, say, 18,000 applications received. This is what we have discussed in the last class. So we have discussed the company has three options. Option number 1, applied and allotted. Right. Now you see, first one, say for applications received for 10,000 shares, allotted 10,000, that is in full. And for the balance, the 8,000 applications, they were rejected or refunded. This is option number 1. Option number 2, what the company can do? Some applicants were allotted in full. Right? Some applicants were allotted proportionately, and the balance 4,000 may be refunded. That is application number 2. And third option is there, that those who have applied for 18,000 shares, they were allotted 10,000 shares. These are the three options available with the company. Now you see, in this case number 2, here those who have applied for 6,000 shares, they were allotted only 2,000 shares. And in case number 3, those who applied for 18,000 shares, they were allotted only 10,000 shares. So in this case, hold applicants for 4,000 shares, they must have paid the application money. And here, the applicant for 8,000 shares, they must have paid the allotment money, application money in excess. So if the question is silent, we can use that excess application money towards allotment, that is restrictions only up to allotment if the question is silent. Otherwise, you can also do one thing, you can return it forthwith after application. Or else, sometime in the questions it may be given that excess application money to be adjusted towards allotment and calls. In that case, we can adjust the money towards allotment calls. But remember one thing, here when we reject, that money cannot be used towards allotment, rather it is to be refunded just after receiving the money. Right? So now let us work out how it is to be adjusted. Now suppose, for example, I am giving a small example for a better understanding. Say a company issued 2,000 shares of rupees, say 10 rupees each, equity shares, 2,000 equity shares payable as 4 on application, rupees 3 on allotment, rupees 2 on allotment, rupees 1 on first call, and the balance rupees 3 on second and final call. 2000 shares issued. The company issued 2000 shares of 10 rupees each, 4 rupees on application, 2 rupees on allotment, 1 rupees on first call, and 3 rupees on second and final call. So total comes to 10 rupees. Now suppose the company received applications for 3000 shares. 3000 applications received, and the company has decided to retain means only this much number of applications will be entertained. That is, they will be allotted. 2400 applications will be retained. Means remaining applications will be refunded. So, and it is also given that excess application money to be adjusted towards allotment and calls. Now you see how it has been adjusted. Those who have applied for 2400 shares, they were allotted 2000 shares, and applied for 600 shares, they were rejected or declined. Applications received for 2400 shares, they were allotted 2000 shares. Applications received for 600 shares, they were rejected or declined. So now we will work out this calculation. This one. See. Application money received will be how much? That is, for your convenience, you do one thing. Since we are going to refund 600 applications, don't do anything. Just work out this 2400 shares. 2400 into 4, that is 9600 rupees. Application money used on application money used. We have allotted 2000 shares, 4 rupees each, that is 8000. Now, the surplus is how much? 1600. And that is given in the question. I have also told you that excess application money to be adjusted towards allotment and calls. So this 1600 rupees can be adjusted at the time of allotment. So allotment due will be how much? 2000 into 2, 4000 rupees. So that is 2400 rupees is the amount receivable. What I am going to receive? 2400 rupees is the amount which is to be received. Is it clear? Now let us journalize the entries. The first entry will be, write down the entries. First entry will be for application money received, bank account debited to share application account, 3000 into 4. Bank account debited to share application, 3000 into 4. That's 12,000 rupees. Next, for adjustment of application money, the entry will be share application account debited, 3000 into 4. Don't write in that way. You have to write the full amount. 3000 into 4 to share capital, 2000 into 4 to share allotment, 400 into 4 to bank, 600 into 4. That bank represents the number of applications refunded. So when we have received, we have recorded bank account debited because at that time we have received the money, bank assets increased, that is why it has been debited. Now we have refunded it, so the bank balance has been reduced, that is why it has been credited. Right. Thereafter, when allotment is due, for allotment due, the entry will be share allotment account debit. Share allotment account debit 2000 into 2, 4000 rupees. 2 share capital. Right. Next, for allotment money received. For allotment money received. For allotment money received, the entry will be bank account debited. Now you see, due amount is 4000. We have already received 1600 rupees. So we are going to receive another 24 only. So the entry will be bank account debited 2400 to share allotment account 2400. Next, for share first call due, share first call account debited to share capital 2000 into 1. Share first call account debited to share capital 2000 into 1. Then for first call money received, for first call money received, bank account debited to share first call 2000 rupees. Next, for second and final call due, for share second and final call due, the entry will be share second and final call account debit 2000 into 3. Share second and final call account debit 2000 into 3. To share capital account 6000. Then second and final call money received, bank account debited, to share second and final call account. Right. Now, if the same has been done at the time of with premium, we have issued 2000 shares, applications received for 2400 shares, payable as 5 plus 1 at the time of application. This one represents premium, 2 plus 1 allotment, 1 represents premium, 1 plus 1 first call, again 1 represents premium, and 2 plus 1 second and final call. Now you see, so the nominal value of the share is 10, issued at a premium of 4. So in total, we have issued the shares at premium of 4 rupees. That is 14 rupees. And we have collected 4 rupees in every segment application, allotment, first call and second and final call. The question says that holder of say 40 shares did not pay allotment and first call. And suppose the second call is yet to be made. We have not yet made the second call. So 2000 shares issued, 2400 applications received, payable as 5 plus 1 on application, 2 plus 1 on an allotment, 1 plus 1 on first call, and 2 plus 1 on second and final call. Holder of 40 shares did not pay allotment and first call. Right? And it is further given that excess application money adjusted towards allotment and cost. It is given. Right? So first let us go through the calculations that will work it out. Now see, application money received will be how much? We have received applications on 2400 shares. Prefer to write in this way, it will be easier for you. That is 12,000 plus 2400. Application money used 2000 shares, 5 plus 1, that is 10,000 plus 2000. So the surplus amount is 2000 plus 400. Now allotment due will be how much? 2000 into 2 plus 1. So we need 4000 capital and 2000 premium. Right? Now you see, I have in total, I have a surplus of 2000 capital and towards 400 rupees towards premium. So now what will happen? This excess application money is to be adjusted towards capital first. This excess application money or surplus amount will be adjusted towards capital first, and thereafter if something is left, that will be adjusted towards premium. Now we have a surplus of 2400 only, whereas my demand for capital amount is 4000. My demand for capital amount is 4000. So what will happen? Now my arrear amount or receivable amount will be how much? 1600 towards capital and 2000 towards premium. This is the amount I should receive. Right? Now the second part. Holder of 40 shares. Since it has been given holder, first of all let us calculate the number of shares they have applied for. How to calculate? You see, holder of 2000 share applied for 2400 shares. So holder of 40 shares, they must have applied for how much? 2400 by 2000 unity method into 40, that is 48 shares. This is the number of shares they've applied for. Right? Now let us calculate. So application money received, it will be how much? 48 into 5 plus 1. Application money used 40 into 5 plus 1. Now surplus is how much? 40 plus 8. That is surplus. Allotment due. Allotment due 40 into 2 plus 1. Now area will be, now here also we have to adjust the excess money towards capital. Means I need 32 rupees towards capital and 40 rupees towards premium. Work it out, note down the workings, and therefore we will discuss the entries. When we adjust any extra money at the time of application towards allotment, when we make the due entry at the time of allotment, make the due entry in full, but when we receive, we will receive the less amount. Here is just see, at the time of allotment, my due amount is 4,000 plus 2,000, that is 6,000 rupees. But I have already received 2,400 rupees. So I am supposed to receive this much. Right? Once you have adjusted at the time of applications, you are not supposed to receive again. Now write down the journal entries. Write down the entries. First entry for application money received. For application money received, the entry will be bank account debited. Bank account debited to share application account. Bank account debited to share application account 2,400 into 6. Bank account debited to share application 2,400 into 6. Next, for adjustment of application money, for adjustment of application amount or application money, the entry will be share application account debit 2,400 into 6, that is 14,400 rupees. To share capital 10,000. To securities premium 2,000. To share allotment, this 2,400 rupees. To share allotment 2,400 rupees. Next, for allotment money due, for allotment money due, Share allotment account debited 2000 into 3. Two share capital 2000 into 2. Two securities premium 2000 into 1. Next, for allotment money received. For allotment money received. Now you see, we were supposed to receive 6,000. That is 2000 into 3. We were supposed to receive 6,000. We have already received 2,400. And we are not receiving 72 rupees. So this is the total amount we have received at the time of allotment. Bank account debited this much, 6,000 minus 2,400 minus 72. Bank account debited. Calls in area account debit, this 72. Calls in area account debit to share allotment account. Share allotment account will be credited with, share allotment account will be credited with 3,600 rupees. Share allotment account will be credited with 3,600 rupees. Now remember, sometime in the question you may be given that past necessary journal entries without opening calls in area account. Sometime it may be given past necessary journal entries without opening calls in area account. Right? In that case, what we will do? Don't write calls in area. Simply write down the bank amount, bank account debited to share allotment. That's all. If it is categorically given that we pass necessary journal entries without opening calls in area account. Right? Then, for share first call due. For share first call due. Share first call account debit 2000 into 2. This one. Share first call account debited 2000 into 2. 2 share capital 2000 into 1. 2 securities premium 2000 into 1. Now, at the time of receipt of the amount, in the question is given that holder of 40 shares, they are not paying allotment and first call. So, in the first call, we are supposed to receive 2000 into 2. We are supposed to receive 2000 into 2. That is 4,000 rupees. But now you see, holder of 40 share, they are not paying. Means we are receiving 3,920 rupees. So write down the entry for first call money received. Bank account debit. Bank account debited 3,920. Bank account debited 3,920. Calls in area account debited 80. share first call 4,000. And again, if it is given not to open calls in area account, your entry will be bank account debited 3,920 to share first call. Now suppose in addition to this, another information is there that they paid, which they paid with second call. Suppose it is given that holder of 40 shares did not pay allotment and first call, which they paid with second call. In that case, what we'll do? The due entry, first you pass the due entry. For second and final call due, for second and final call due, the entry will be share second and final call account debited 2,000 into 3. Share second and final call account debit 2,000 into 3. 2 share capital 2,000 into 2. 2 securities premium 2,000 into 1. Right. And when we receive the money at the time of second call, you will receive how much? Bank account debited on receipt of second call money. Bank account debited. Now you see, we were supposed to receive 2,000 into 3. Holder of 40 shares, they have not paid the allotment money. How much was due at the time of allotment? Due at the time of allotment, how much it was? At the time of allotment, the due amount of allotment, there was a calls in area. At the time of allotment, there was a calls in area. How much it was? At the time of allotment, you must have passed an entry. There was a calls in area. How much it was? 72 rupees. 32 rupees towards capital and 40 rupees towards premium. Now you have received that money. And at the time of first call, there was an area of 80 rupees. 40 into 2. That is also received now. Till now, we have debited calls in area account because at that time it was my asset. Now we have received the money. So bank account debited. Now cancelling 2 calls in area account. These two, 152 rupees to share second and final call. 6,000. But suppose we have not maintained calls in area account. All is given in the questions not to open calls in area account. In that case, what will be the entry? In that case, the entry will be bank account debited to share allotment account 72 to share first call account 80 to share second and final call account 6,000. Is it clear? Sometimes the shares are allotted in groups, separate groups. Now let us understand it. Say 2000 shares issued, 3000 applications received, and allotment was made as applied and allotted. Applied 1000 share, they were allotted 1000 share. Applied 800 shares, allotted 600 shares, and applied here is 9000 shares. 9000 for 6000, and thereafter for 6000 share, 600 share, they were allotted 400 shares. It is 800 shares, 200 shares, and remaining 300, 200 shares nil or refunded. Applied 1000, allotted 1000, applied 900, allotted 600, applied 800, allotted 200, applied 300, allotted nil. Now, in total, 3000 applications and 2000 shares. And the amount is given as, on application it is 5 plus 1, on allotment it is 2 plus 1, on first call it is 1 plus 1, and on second call it is again 2 plus 1, means this 1 rupees represents the premium. Right? Normal adjustments, let us first do it. Thereafter we will carry out the area and advance all these things. Now you see, sometimes the students in this case, what they used to do, it has been seen, what they used to do, simply they will calculate that applied 3000 shares and allotted 2000 shares. They used to calculate applied 3000 shares and allotted 2000 shares. Right? Please don't commit such type of mistakes. We have to calculate it separately. Here it is allotted in full. This one, only these two groups are there. You can calculate it separately or we can calculate it jointly. Now you see how it is to be calculated. In group 2, what has happened? Applied for group 2. Applied for 900 shares, allotted 600 shares. Applied for 900 shares, allotted 600 shares. So application money received will be how much? 900 into 5 plus 1, that is 4500 plus 900. Right? Application money used 600 into 5 plus 1, that is 3000 plus 600. So surplus will be, and it is given that surplus amount to be adjusted towards allotment and call. Surplus amount to be adjusted towards allotment and call. Now allotment due will be 600 into 2 plus 1, that is 1200 plus 600. In the last question, what we have done, the surplus amount was adjusted towards capital first. Now in this question you will see the capital is surplus enough to cover up the required amount, and still then some amount is to be transferred to premium. So now what we have done, out of this 1500 we have adjusted 1200 towards capital, and the remaining 300 surplus will be adjusted towards premium. Remaining 300 surplus will be adjusted towards premium. Means in total we have received the entire money, both capital and premium, so far as group 2 is concerned, up to allotment. Next come to group 3. Group 3 applied for 8000 shares, allotted 200 shares. Right? So application money received 800 into 5 plus 1, that is 4000 plus 800. Application money used 200 into 5 plus 1, that is 1000 plus 200. Then surplus is how much? 3000 towards capital and 600 premium. Allotment, adjusted in allotment will be how much? 200 into 2 plus 1, that is 400 plus 200. Still there is surplus 2600 towards capital and 400 premium. Then adjusted in first call, it will be 200 into 1 plus 1, that is 200 plus 200. Still there is surplus. Surplus is 2400 plus 200. Now second and final call due, adjusted at the time of second call, it will be 200 into 2 plus 1, that is 400 plus 200. Now the remaining surplus 2000 rupees to be refunded. The remaining surplus of 2000 is to be refunded. Okay. Now write down the entries. First one, for application money received. For application money received, we have received 3,000 applications, and application money is 5 plus 1, that is 6 rupees. So the first entry will be bank account debited. Bank account debited to share application account, 3,000 into 6. Next, for adjustment of application money. For adjustment of application money, write down very carefully, share application account debit, 3,000 into 6, that is 18,000. To share capital, 2,000 into 5 towards capital, only capital, no premium. To share capital, 2,000 into 5. To securities premium, 2,000 into 1, that is at the time of application. To share allotment, the amount we have adjusted towards allotment, how much it is? This amount, 1,800 rupees, and this one, 600 rupees. To share allotment, 1,800 plus 600, that is 2,400 rupees. To calls in advance. Calls in advance. This is first call and this is second call. To calls in advance, 200 plus 200 plus 400 plus 200. That is 1,000. To bank, how much it will be? This 2,000 plus applicant of 300 shares, they were denied. 300 into 6. Applicant of 300 shares, they were denied. So 300 into 6, 1,800 plus this 2,000, 3,800. Now do one thing, for your satisfaction, you just add it up, total debit and total credit, find it out, whether they are equal or not. That I will explain it. Share application account debited, that is 6,000 into 3,000 into 6. To share capital, 2,000 into 5. To securities premium, 2,000 into 1. To share allotment, 1,800 plus 600, that is 2,400. To calls in advance, this 400 and this 600, 1,000. To bank, 2,000 plus 300 into 6, to whom we have denied the issue of shares. And now add it up. Yes. Share application account debited will be how much? 6,000 into 3. 3,000 into 6, that is 18,000. Application will be 2000 into 5, that is 10,000. Premium 2000 into 1, that is 2000. Allotment 1500 plus 300, 1800, and here it is 400 and 200, 600. 18 plus 6, 2400. Then calls in advance. First call money, that is 200 plus 200, 400, and 400 plus 200, 600, that is 1000. Refund 2000 plus 300 into 6. How much it is? 1800. So refund will be 3800. Now add it up. Something is there, some mistake is there. Find it out. What we have done? Just see where is the mistake. Some mistake is there. What we have done? We have allotted only 1800 shares. We have allotted only 1800 shares. That is the mistake. Instead of allotting 2000 shares, we have allotted 1800 shares. That is why there is an error. So what we can do, you just change it. Instead of 2000 shares, manage it to 1800. It will go all right. Again there will be mistake. नहीं अब मिस्टेक हो जाएगा, फिर से गलती हो जाएगा ये. So we have to rectify again. Everything we have to rectify. There is a mistake. This 800 should have been 400. This one. Here is the mistake. Hold applied for 800 shares. They were allotted 200 shares. Rectify it. Instead of 200 shares, rectify it as applied for 800, allotted 400. So extremely sorry, there is an error. Now you see, the error will be adjusted here. Applied for 800 shares, they must have paid 800 into 5, that is 4000 plus 800. We have allotted them 400 shares. So used 2000 towards capital and 400 towards premium. Now surplus is 2000 plus 400. Extremely sorry, again please manage it. Now allotment due, that is 400 into 2 plus 1, that is 800 plus 400. Now there is surplus of 1200 rupees. Then first call due 400 into 1 plus 1, 400 plus 400, already adjusted. Again surplus 400 rupees. And final call due that is 400 into 2 plus 1, that is 800 plus 400. So amount receivable will be 400 towards capital and 400 towards premium. So there is a cross check and we found it out. Huh? Now write down. Huh? Now for transfer of application money, the entry will be share application account debit 3000 into 6, 2 share capital 2000 into 5, 2 securities premium 2000 into 1, 2 share allotment, this 1800, and this 1200, 3000, 2 calls in advance, this 800 and this 400, 1200 rupees. And the amount refunded 300 into 6, 1800 rupees. Again I am saying share application account debit 18,000, 2 share capital 10,000, 2 securities premium 2,000, 2 share allotment 1800 plus 1200, that is 3,000. Calls in advance 400 plus 400 plus 400, 1200. And the refund, holder of 300 shares, they were refunded because they were not allotted any shares. Right? Add it up. Fine. It is all right. Now, for allotment due, for share allotment due, the entry will be share allotment account debit 2000 into 3, 2 share capital, 2000 into 2, 2 securities premium, 2000 into 1. We have already received 3,000 rupees. So for allotment money received, the entry will be for allotment money received. For allotment money received, bank account debit to share allotment account. Now you see, allotment due was 2000 into 3 and we have already received 3,000 rupees in advance at the time of allotment. 1500 plus 300 plus 1200. So you are not going to receive it again. The entry will be bank account debited to share allotment 6,000 minus 3,000, that is 3,000 rupees. Next, for share first call due, write down share first call account debited 2000 into 2, 2 share capital 2000 into 1, and 2 securities premium 2000 into 1. We have an advance money towards first call 800 rupees. We have received in advance 800 rupees towards first call, and we have recorded it. We have credited it to calls in advance account. Now the entry will be bank account debited 2000 minus 800, sorry, 4000 minus 800. Bank account debit 4000 minus 800. Calls in advance account debit. Calls in advance account debit 800 to share first call. And lastly, for share second and final call due. For share second and final call due. Share second and final call account debit 2000 into 3. 2 share capital 2000 into 2. 2 securities premium 2000 into 1. Towards second call, we have received an amount of 400 as advance. Towards second call, we have received an amount of 400 towards advance. That is to be adjusted now. So write down for second call money received. Bank account debited. Bank account debited to bank account debit will be how much? Bank account debited, it will be 6000 minus 400. Calls in advance account debit 400 to share second and final call. Now be there, we will start with share forfeiture.
सीधे काय है
Forfeiture means cancellation or cessation. So when the company cancels the share due to non-payment of allotment or call money, that is known as forfeiture of shares. However, before forfeiting the shares, the company has to serve a 14 days notice, and that notice must contain the intention of the company that the company is going to forfeit the shares unless it is paid. The defaulted amount is paid within the notice period. So a notice of 14 days is essential to be served on the defaulted shareholders, failing which if they will fail to pay within that notice period, the company has the authority to forfeit the shares. And once the shares are forfeited, whatever amount the shareholder, defaulted shareholder has already paid, that will be credited to a separate account, that is share forfeiture account or forfeited share account, and that amount can be used at the time of reissue of shares at a discounted or reduced price. However, the discount price or reduced price, it should not be more than the forfeited amount. Means if we have forfeited 6 rupees, means the maximum discount can be allowed to the extent of 6 only. So now we're going to see the how to forfeit the shares. You see, suppose the shares are issued at par and forfeited. The shares are issued at par and forfeited. Now say 2000 shares issued, 2000 shares issued, payable as 4 on application, 2 on allotment, 3 on first call, and 1 on second and final call. And it is given in the question that holder of 300 shares did not pay first call and were forfeited. Holder of 300 shares did not pay first call and were forfeited, and second call is yet to be made. Holder of 300 shares did not pay first call and were forfeited, and second call is yet to be made. Now see, when we have issued 2000 shares, we have already asked for application, allotment and first call because second call is yet to be made. So far as application and allotment is concerned, we have already done it earlier. Now you see, at the time of allotment, first call, the entry will be due entry. Share first call account debit to share capital account. That is 2000 into 3. Means this is the called up amount. And so far as that forfeited shareholder, the forfeited shareholder, for him, this is the paid up amount, the amount he has given towards capital. So my due entry will be for the first call, share first call account debited to share capital, that is 2000 into 3. Then for allotment money, first call money received, bank account debited, that is 1700 into 3. Calls in area account debit 300 into 3 to share first call account. Now we will forfeit the shares because that holder has not given the first call money. We have already issued the notice and now we decided to forfeit it. So now you see, in these three stages, application, allotment and first call, we have credited the capital account by 9 rupees. On application 4 rupees, at the time of allotment 2 rupees, and at the time of first call, that is 3 rupees. So in total, we have credited 9 rupees on account of share capital. Now when we will forfeit the shares, there will be no shares. So if there will be no share, means there will be no share capital as well. Shares नहीं है तो share capital भी नहीं होगा. तो अभी हम लोगों को forfeit करना है. So what we'll do? Write it down. Now let's see the forfeiture entry. The forfeiture entry will be share capital account debit. It will be debited with the called up amount. This account will be debited with the called up amount, that is 9 rupees. 300 shares at the rate of 9 each. 2. This falls in area. I am not going to receive it again. 2 calls in area account. That is 300 into 3. 2 share forfeiture account. This account will be credited with the paid up capital. Paid up amount means the amount which has been received from the defaulted shareholder. We have received this 6 rupees. Application and allotment. That is 300 into 6. Share capital account debited with the called up money. 2 calls in area. Calls in area will be credited with this amount, and forfeiture account will be credited with the paid up money, paid up capital. That is 4 rupees plus 2 rupees. When the shares are issued at par and forfeited. Right? Now, issued on pro-rata basis at par and forfeited. $2,000 shares issued, 2,400 applications received, and shares were allotted on pro-rata basis. Pro-rata means proportionate. So whenever there is an oversubscription, at that time there will be pro-rata. Pro-rata basis, and it is given payable as 4 rupees on application, 2 on allotment, 1 on first call, and 3 on second and final call. Holder of 400 shares did not pay allotment. And were forfeited. Now let us see the calculation. Holder of 400 shares. First calculate for how many shares he has applied for. Holder of 2,000 share applied for 2,400 shares. So holder of 400 shares, unitary method, must have applied for 480 shares. So application money received entry will be 480 into 4. Then application money used 400 into 4. The surplus will be 320. Allotment due 400 into 2. And he is not paying 480 rupees. And we have forfeited. I have calculated only for this one. Right? Now we will forfeit the shares. At the time of allotment, the normal entry will be share due entry, share allotment account debit. Share allotment account debited to share capital account, that is 2000 into 2, 4000 rupees. At the time of application, we have received 1600 rupees in advance, which has been adjusted towards allotment. 1600 how? It is 400 into 4. So at the time of allotment, the entry will be receive entry, bank account debited. I was supposed to receive 4000. I have already received 1600, and I am not receiving this 480. Then calls in area account debit 480 to share allotment account 2400 rupees. Right? I was supposed to receive 4000, that is 2000 into 2. I have already received 1600 in excess. How it is? We have received 2400 applications, 4 rupees each. So this 400 applications we have received in excess. So 400 into 4, 1600 rupees. I was supposed to receive 4000, already received 1600. And here, the holder of these 400 shares, they are not paying 480 rupees. Calls in area, this 480 to share allotment 2400 rupees. Right? Now, suppose now it has been decided to forfeit the shares. Now it has been decided to forfeit the shares. The called up amount will be how much? The called up amount is 6 rupees. How much he has paid? He has paid 1920 rupees, which has been adjusted as 1600 towards application and 320 towards allotment. Now the forfeiture entry will be share capital account debit that is 400 into 6 called up money to calls in area. He has not paid this 480 to share forfeiture this 1920, the paid up money. Right? Now it is issued at par on pro-rata basis and forfeited.
से बड़ा 5-10 मिनट कुछ खा के आ जाए।
Right. Now let us start with issue of shares at premium and forfeited. Issue of shares at premium and forfeited. $2,000 shares issued. 2,000 shares issued as 5 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1, and 2 plus 1. 2,400 applications received. And pro-rata allotment was made. Holder of 60 shares did not pay allotment and first call and were forfeited. Holder of 2,000 shares issued, payable as 5 plus 1 on application, that 1 represents premium, 1 plus 1 allotment, 2 plus 1 first call, and 2 plus 1 second and final call. Holder of 2,400, applications received 2,400, and holder of 60 shares, they did not pay allotment and first call. So let us work out the necessary workings, and that will pass the entries. Application money received. How much it is? 2,400 into 5 plus 1, that is 12,000 plus 2,400. Application money used 2,000 into 5 plus 1, that is 10,000 plus 2,000. Now surplus is 2,000 plus 400. Allotment due 2,000 into 1 plus 1, that is 2,000 plus 2,000. The surplus amount to be adjusted towards capital first. Thereafter, if something is left, we can adjust it towards premium. So this amount has already been adjusted. Out of this 400, it is then be adjusted towards premium. So amount receivable is 1,600. First part is over. Now let us calculate about this one. First, calculate the number of shares applied for unitary method again. Holder of 2,000 share applied for, note it down, applied for 2,400 shares. So holder of 60 share must have applied for 2,400 by 2,000 into 60. That is 72 shares. In fact, this is the applications. So we must have received 72 applications, against which we have issued 60 shares. Now, The calculation for this one. Application money received. By now you must have recorded it. This one. So for these 72 shares, application money received will be 72 into 5 plus 1. Application money used 60 into 5 plus 1. Surplus 60 plus 12. Right? Allotment due 60 into 1 plus 1. And area is 48 rupees towards premium. Now pass the entries. First, for application money received. For application money received, the entry will be bank account debited, to share application account 2,400 into 6. That is 14,400 rupees. Then share application account debit 14,400 to share capital 2,000 into 5, 10,000 to securities premium 2,000 into 1, 2,000 to share allotment 400 into 6, 2,400. Then for share allotment due, share allotment account debited 2,000 into 2. To share capital 2,000 into 1. To securities premium 2,000 into 1. While receiving the allotment money, that will be bank account debited. Now you see, I was supposed to receive 4,000 rupees, but I have already received 2,400 rupees advance at the time of application, and I am not receiving 72 rupees. That is from the holder of 60 shares. Calls in area account debit 72 rupees to how much it is 48. Sorry, that is 48 rupees. Sorry, 48 rupees to share allotment account. Right. Then share first call due. Share first call account debit 2,000 into 3. 2 share capital 2000 into 2. 2 securities premium 2000 into 1. The person who has not given money at the time of allotment, it is implied that he is a defaulter at the time of first call also. He will be a defaulter at the time of first call also. Because he has not given the amount due on allotment, so it is presumed that he will not pay or he has not paid at the time of first call. So the first call money received will be bank account debited, amount receivable was how much? Due was 2000 into 3, 6000, minus holder of 60 shares, they have not paid 180 rupees. Calls in area account debit, 180 rupees. 2. Share first call account, 6000. Now we will forfeit after first call. So the called up amount is 5 rupees application, 1 rupees allotment, 2 rupees first call. Remember, don't add premium to the called up amount. Don't add security premium to the called up amount. Called up amount will be credited only with the capital. Called up amount will be credited only with the capital. 5 rupees application, 1 rupees allotment, and 2 rupees premium. Yeah, first call. So the entry will be forfeiture entry, share capital account debit, that is 60 into 8, I plus 1 plus 2. Securities premium, if you have not received against the forfeited shares, need to be cancelled by debiting it. So the entry will be securities premium account debit. How much premium you have not received? We have not received this 48 rupees at the time of allotment, and we are not receiving 40 into 1 at the time of first call. What 60 rupees? 60 into 1 at the time of first call. 2. Calls in area. How much is the area? Here is area 48 rupees and there is an area of 180 rupees. 48 plus 180. Don't get confused. This is calls in area at the time of allotment because he has not paid it and he has not paid it towards premium. That is why it has been debited here and credited here. 2. Share forfeiture. Forfeiture account will be credited with the paid up amount. Paid up amount means the amount received towards capital. How much we have received? We have received this 60 rupees, sorry, this 300 rupees at the time of application. We have received or adjusted this 60 rupees at the time of allotment. We have received 60 rupees at the time of application, 300 rupees, and we have adjusted this 60 rupees at the time of allotment. So in total, we have received so far 360 rupees. Forfeiture account will be credited with the amount you have received towards capital. We have allotted him 60 shares. We have received 300 rupees at the time of application towards capital. On allotment, my due was 60 rupees towards capital and it has been received. So in total, we have received 300 plus 60, 360 rupees towards forfeiture. Now you do one thing for your, you can be confirmed. You do one thing, add it up, debit total and credit total. You'll find it that they are equal. Debit total and credit total will be equal. How much it is?
588.
588. So this is 588. Right? Sometimes some students they used to deduct it. Debit total minus credit total will be the balancing figure. Don't do it. Avoid doing it. This will help you to check your whether you are correct or not. So forfeiture is over. Reissue is concerned. Reissue and balance sheet is there. In the next class, say day after tomorrow, we'll continue it.